Oh yeah. We do have pizza coasters to match our pizza. He just wanted me to point that out. Hey friends, so welcome back to Let's Whine About It. This is not going to be a regular episode because I had an original thing planned, a really dope video that was going to be super cool for Women's Day, but Corona happened and now we're all quarantined, and so I wasn't able to record that ahead of time. But I'm lucky enough that I was quarantined with another human who I now could force to do this video with me. So this is Alec. He is a photographer, he's a film editor, and he is my beautiful boyfriend of 4 years. We met in San Diego, where he's from. He was back and forth between Columbus, Ohio, and San Diego for most of his life, and then he was working at Macy's, and I was working at Lush, and I had a crush on him, saw him on his breaks, and I went up to him, and the rest is history. And we moved in together, moved to LA, and now he's working at Hubble Studios doing freelance photography. We traveled the world together, so it's been a fun ride.
It's been dope. It's been
loved hanging out with you.
A great time.
So yeah, Alec, thanks for being here even though you had no choice.
No problem.
Thanks, babe. Give me a kiss. Okay, we're gonna get into the wine. Like I said, originally this video was supposed to be for Women's Day, and I did want to do some women-owned wines, so I'm still gonna stick with the women-owned wines because it's still Women's Month. And this is Dark Horse. This is my favorite, one of my favorite wine makers. So we have a Sauvignon Blanc, which is my go-to, and then we have a dark, Apothic Dark. It's a red blend, which is another one of my go-tos. I love a blend. So we're gonna start with the Sauvignon Blanc, which is 13%, I believe. 13%. And we'll pour it up. We've also got some pizza. We just ordered some pizza. So this is gonna be like a super chill version of Wine About It. Let's call it a quarantine and chill Wine About It. So, with that, let's cheers.
Don't want to do that.
So, Sauvignon Blanc's my go-to. Not too dry, not too sweet. It's the perfect amount of, and it's like nice, crisp, or fresh. It's still daytime. We're doing this during daytime. It's like a nice happy hour drink. So,
Fresh. It's good.
Let's get into it. I want to taste this pizza as well. Good. Cheers, pizza. Okay. Babe, you're usually behind the camera. He's usually filming the Wine About It. He's usually the man behind the camera. He's not used to being on camera.
I don't like being on camera.
But you are today because you are quarantined with me. And I want to ask how that makes you feel. How has it been being quarantined with me? Be honest. You can be honest. I won't be mad.
I mean, it's not really, it feels normal to me. I think, you know, like I said, we've been living together for so long that like it's not weird, you know?
Yeah.
And I think like
even with like no job to go to, like day in and day out.
That's a different part. Like obviously it's like it feels weird now, like a week in, and I'm like, okay, like I don't have work, like I don't have things to, you know, do, you know, because we're just here. But I mean, I'm definitely lucky. I feel good. Like there's a lot of people who, you know, either are in a relationship and it's like it's their first time being stuck with this person. So like for us, it's like, I mean, we travel.
We're so used to it. Yeah, traveling together is really tough. So I feel like if you travel together and you do that well, especially the way we traveled, where we were like
trains and
it was a mess sometimes. That can get to be a lot. So no, I agree. I think we're lucky. I have anything in my teeth.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like people kind of get annoyed being in like in a space. We're in a studio. It's a very small space, and we're used to being like on top of each other. Plus, like, not to sound whatever, but I fucking love the shit out of this man. So I could honestly be with him every minute of every day and never get tired of it. Dude, that's just me. That's just me. I don't know if like, I mean, I think I have separation anxiety for one, but I do think I'm also lucky because I would go crazy if I was in quarantine where we like can't leave our house alone. And we don't have a pet or anything. So if I was here just for myself, I would.
Which is like, you know, what we have to be thankful for, you know, because there's a lot of people who just live by themselves. And they don't have pets, or they do have a pet, but it's still kind of like...
But we're in this together, guys. So if you are out there and you're not a couple or you don't have a roommate or anything, we're in this together. You can call somebody, FaceTime somebody, you know, call us. So overall, not a bad quarantine?
No,
not a bad quarantine partner?
Like I said, I mean, I'm having a blast. I mean, it's fun.
Don't say it like that. This is a worldwide epidemic.
No, yeah, but
I'm not,
I'm content.
We're great. Yeah, cool. But in general, okay, so outside of like me and you, obviously we're chilling in quarantine together. But outside of this, like, how do you feel about the entire situation of quarantine epidemic in general?
I mean, it's definitely scary, you know, like, not scary, like, I'm like, I have to go to the store and I have to get all these things, but I'm just like, this is the first time in life where, like, you know, I've kind of looked at, like, what's gonna happen next, you know? Like, I think, like, we kind of forget, like, dude, we're, you know, anything can change at any moment, you know? Whether it's, like, super crazy, like getting hit by a bus, or, like, you know, all of a sudden you get a new job or you get fired or something, so, like, things change. But with this, it's, like, you know, the whole world is feeling it, you know? And
yeah.
I'm just, like, I don't know, I'm just kind of waiting for something to happen, you know? So
it's, like comforting because we're all in it together. Like, it's not just, like, an American thing or whatever, it's like the entire world, but it's also super like this constant feeling. And we were talking about earlier how like it's weird because if we go on we don't have a car, so we have to walk to like the store to get groceries or anything, or Uber or whatever. But well, I try not to Uber. I feel weird about Ubers in this whole thing. But when we walk to the store, it feels normal. Like going outside feels normal. Like our street, people are walking their dogs and like standing outside talking and stuff, so life feels normal. But then you go on like social media or like you go to the store and you see everybody in masks and there's nothing in the aisles, and you're like, okay, shit is actually happening. Like, even though I feel normal because I'm in my house and like my direct surroundings are like unaffected, I know shit's about to go down. So I think we're all just like in this general feeling of like uneasiness, but also like just, I don't know, like,
I mean, yeah.
Because like we're all bored as fuck too, so we're scared and bored and that. So what do you think is next? What do you think's next for?
I mean,
how long do you think we'll be quarantined?
Or at least another 2 months for sure. Like,
in Texas, my sister said they canceled schools for the rest of the year.
I think in LA they did too, like just recently.
Really? God. All of spring to all of summer?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like everyone was supposed to graduate this year, they're like, okay, you know, like what happens, you know, it's just a lot, man. Like, and you know, everyone's life, no matter who you are, is like something has changed, you know, whether you're not going to work or like, you know what I mean, like, I don't know, it's definitely different.
Yeah.
And like, it's crazy because some countries are like this, like,
but life will always have pizza. The whole thing is very serious, but with all of the different media sources we're getting it from, some of them are a little bit more accurate than others, and some have different motives behind them. What?
It's good.
It's good wine? It's good stuff? Well, let's pour up another glass, just real quick. So we're probably not gonna finish as much wine as normal. Normally we finish like all of the bottles, but there's only 2 of us, so. I'm trying also for this not to be such a long episode. So the more we sit and drink, the more we start babbling about shit. Some outlets may be giving us information to help us, and some outlets may be giving us information like to scare us. Should we be as scared as they're making us?
I mean, we should just be cautious. Like, I don't, obviously, like, you know, fear, like, it's there. Like I said, I'm definitely scared because I don't know what's going to happen, but, like, I don't know, some people just scare easily about issues, you know, especially if you have a family, like,
but it's not just,
kids,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're going to, you know, like, to them it's a lot. There's a lot more at stake. Whereas me, I'm like, you know, I don't really own anything. I don't really have any, like, you know what I mean, like. Well, I don't have a business or anything like that, so it's like there's certain things that, like, I think people are, like I said, it just affects everyone, like, specifically, you know, like.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, okay, I can find a new job, I can, you know, do this, but, like, to someone who has, like, an elderly parent, or they're in the hospital, or they have bills to pay, or they have, you know, medications, like, there's just a lot of factors that go into it.
Yeah.
What makes people scared?
I would say, like, it's normal to be scared, and everybody's kind of scared, and, like, because we don't know what's next, but tuning into the extra noise that is being thrown at you for the specific purpose of scaring you is not helpful, and it's only going to make things, like, worse. So just don't believe everything you read on the internet, and don't believe, like, take time to, like, get off social media and get off the news and all that stuff, because, like, take time to just think for yourself and, like, be in the moment and be grateful for this moment that you have. Anyway, let's finish this and get to wine number 2, babe. Okay, so we're gonna move on to wine number 2, which is a red blend, Apothic. Oh, wait, what the fuck? I just noticed this wasn't Dark Horse. Okay, well, so much for the 2 Dark Horse ones. I apologize. Dark Horse actually usually does have a red blend, but this is Apothic. I fucking love Apothic too, I'm not gonna lie. Apothic, dark, red blend, shit is good. Got good memories of drinking that on the beach in San Diego years ago. My first red wine I ever tried was a red blend.
Yeah.
It was Apothic. We're just gonna move on. This is the red, the Apothic dark. Look how purple that is.
Purple, bro. What the fuck?
Our lips are gonna be all red.
It's not even red.
It's a dark red. It's like Merlot. I love the cork. Okay. Cheers to wine number 2. Now we're going to switch things up because obviously we're all sitting here stressing, thinking the same things about quarantine, thinking the same things about Corona. We're all stressed, but we're going to switch things up and we're going to talk about how to do things right during the quarantine, yeah? Do you not like this one?
Just different. It's good. It's like...
This feels like almost like a dessert wine.
Yeah. Well, not sweet.
It tastes like coffee. It almost tastes like coffee a little bit.
Just like sipping, like, oh, this is wine.
What have we been doing? What have you been doing during this quarantine time? Everybody's talking about what to do to pass the time. What have you been doing?
I mean, just a variety of things, you know. Do at-home workouts, video games, of course.
Of course.
You know, definitely yoga. I've been doing yoga a lot. Learning a new language, Duolingo.
Yeah.
Lots of
cleaning,
brainstorming for, you know, like upcoming shoots and just like, you know, kind of creating mood boards and things like that.
Okay.
And drinking a lot, smoking. That's really it.
We haven't smoked a lot of weed. We haven't been drinking that much. We drink as much as we normally drink.
We probably smoke more than we drink, but
I've been smoking a lot more. Speaking of, I'm just kidding. I don't have a tongue cold. That's for the next episode. 420 special. Stay tuned.
Quarantine 420 special.
No, it's not. Well, we probably will be quarantined. So great. Okay, so you mentioned video games.
Yep.
This doesn't have to be just a video game. It could be any game. Board game, card game, Dave & Buster's game. 5 games that you must have in a quarantine. Go.
Call of Duty, Super Smash Brothers, FIFA.
Okay, so far all video games.
I mean, yeah, probably all of them are going to be video games.
Oh my god!
I'll try to think of one that's like not a video game that I would play a lot. Let me see. chess. I feel like chess should be on there.
But again,
I don't know how to play chess.
We don't know how to play chess, but we really want to learn how to play chess. We're gonna learn.
We're gonna learn.
Yeah. So 4. That's 4. I'll switch it because my fingers don't work like that.
I don't know. Just a deck of cards to play card games. You know.
Okay, we got a deck of cards.
Sometimes after you get tired of staring at the screen, you're like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then you
can't list all video games. It's like, mine would be Mario Kart. And Mario Kart, Just Dance. I fucking love Just Dance. Mario Kart, Just Dance, Connect 4.
I guess kind of boring.
I would say Uno. I love Uno. And Charades. It's not any sort of whatever, but Charades is my all-time favorite game. And I'll whoop your ass any day.
What?
You want to back me up?
Yeah, no, she loves charades.
Shit, Alec.
Well, you looked at me like, oh, you
want some?
Yeah.
From games?
We don't have any of those games, right?
We don't have any of those fucking games.
I wish we did.
You have
Yeah, I have Call of Duty, but like, I don't have I don't have a Wii.
From games to Netflix. Because we all have fucking Netflix. We all know. I love Hulu too, and I love Disney Plus, but Netflix is the OG. So Netflix originals. 5 must-see, binge-worthy Netflix series or movies. Netflix originals. Go.
Only Netflix?
Only Netflix.
That's easy. Because there's so many good ones.
There is. But 5. Only 5.
Peaky Blinders. It's a good fucking show, man. That's probably my #1 favorite.
He loves Peaky Blinders. Watched like 3 times.
Money Heist. Money Heist is good. Watch it in Spanish. Don't watch it in English because it doesn't feel right. It's a Spanish show. Watch it in Spanish, obviously with English subtitles.
Money Heist.
Ozark. Really good show. Really,
Ozark.
really good. That's 3.
3. Or it could be like a documentary series.
Oh, the Formula 1 racing series on Netflix is super sick.
Is it really that good?
I love it.
Put it in your top 5?
Yeah, hell yeah.
More than like...
Well, for me, because I would watch it more
What's the
than
other
once.
one you always watch with the weed cooking?
Oh.
That's Vice.
Yeah, that's Vice. People Just Do Nothing, that's gotta be on there.
That's 5.
Alright, that's 5 then.
There's not another documentary one you would do? Didn't you used to watch one like... The taco series or the fucking...
Yeah, but like...
No?
It's good, but I wouldn't be like, you have to watch this.
Better than Explained?
Okay, Explained, obviously I would put Explained on there.
We'll take
the Formula 1 off.
Okay. I was just saying, this Formula 1 is such like a...
For me personally, I guess it makes sense, but like if I was telling this to anyone watching, like, okay, yeah, the Explained series because you can learn like...
The Explained series is dope.
It's really cool. That's like exactly how I would learn things like in school.
My baby's so smart. He's always like watching documentaries and practicing his languages and reading articles. Let's say you go to the store. We go to the grocery store. We've all been to the grocery store in the past week or so, right? And there's nothing. Or there's like enough for one meal. Enough items in the store for one meal that you can make. What is that one meal? And that's the only meal you can make for the rest of quarantine.
Probably spaghetti. Well, because you said meal.
No, you're right. I agree.
I would pick cereal. I would just eat cereal, like if I had to, but...
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah. Because I'm just lazy and I don't want to cook anything, but if, like, obviously I need to survive, I would just pick, like, spaghetti.
Spaghetti is a good choice.
Yeah.
I approve. Last thing. This is the quarantine quiz. This has been, like, the must-have quarantine quiz. Last thing. 5 quarantine essentials that you must have. You can't leave your house for months. You have your basics. You have your food, your water, your toilet paper, since everybody thinks that's such a necessity, which I guess it is. Food, water, toilet paper. You have everything that you need on a day-to-day basis. Toothpaste and all that shit, whatever. Must have essentials to, like, pass the time, entertain yourself, to make yourself feel comfortable, to make yourself feel whatever it is. Five essentials for your quarantine must have outside of the things you need to survive. Go.
I would say like a soccer ball, like a jump rope.
Okay, he's a fucking active man.
Like
2
video
different workout
games,
things.
obviously. So just like entertainment system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that more than one?
Oh,
it's like I need a TV, I need a PlayStation, and I need a controller. Right.
Video games, soccer ball, jump rope. 2 more.
Like I have food, water, and all that.
Yeah, but you don't have...
No beer? Beer? Obviously beer.
Beer's not an essential.
True. But, I mean,
it's not an essential.
lots of beer.
Okay. Beer, video games, soccer ball, jump rope. One last thing.
Just weed.
Weed
is my last one, yeah. I was gonna say, like, the
man
Harry
after my own
Potter,
heart.
like, series, like, all the books, you know, just so I can have something to, like,
Read.
But
he picked weed.
I with that.
I would also pick weed, wine. I'd pick some sort of game. I'd pick a yoga mat. And Netflix. I don't know if Netflix counted, or like if TV, Netflix is essentials. I would pick that because I fucking love TV shows. So lastly, we're gonna play the newlywed game. Da 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 da. Newlywed. I actually don't know.
We're not married.
We're not married, and I don't know the song for this, and I don't have the game yet, but hold tight. Alright, so we're gonna end on the newlywed game. I don't know if you guys have played this before or seen it before. It used to be a show. I'm gonna refill our wines. It used to be a show on the TV, I think, and basically where newlyweds would go and they try to prove how well they know each other. We're not married, but we've been together for a long time, in my eyes, and we'll see how this goes. First question. I just found these random questions on the internet, so we'll see. Who is my most embarrassing crush? Honestly, I have a crush on like
Everybody.
a lot of people, and I'm not really embarrassed by any of them. But I guess if I thought like my most unexpected, who would be like my most unexpected crush? Ready? Go.
Who are we showing?
We're gonna show the camera. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.
Charlie Day? Oh my god, bro. That's funny.
I do love Steve Carell, high key.
You probably love Steve Carell more than Charlie.
What's the weirdest thing about me?
That's a lot.
Fuck you.
Are you writing your answer?
I got mine. I knew it before we even got there.
I don't
The
know.
weirdest thing about me. Okay, well, I would say something weird about me. Because there are a lot of weird things about me. But what's something weird that you think I would say is like the weirdest thing? 1, 2, 3. What'd you say?
I put the Grinch voice. Talking yourself is not even weird. People do that.
That's so weird.
Oh my god, bro. So many people talk in their sleep. I was thinking specifically to you, bro.
The Grinch voice.
Wow.
I'm in this voice right there.
No, that's not the
No, that's not it. What is your worst habit? I could go on and on.
I don't know.
Alex's worst habit is sarcasm at horrible timing.
I put 2 sarcasm. Oh shit.
Well, at least I know
That's right.
you.
Right.
What is my favorite thing about myself? I'm saying 2 things, so if you choose either of these things, I'll accept it. 1, 2, 3. What'd you say?
I put personality.
I put
I was
mind.
gonna put personality.
Mind, I meant personality. I meant like mind, heart, personality. Yeah. What is my pet name for you?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Type it. You already know what it is. Don't do it.
1, 2, 3. Honey bear! My honey bear. I also call him Bubba. What's my favorite thing about you? Ready? Go.
Oh.
What'd you say?
But creative.
Oh.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. What the fuck? Sense of humor, obviously.
Obviously, you're hilarious. What are we most likely to argue about? It's usually pretty slim. What are we most likely to argue
They're
about?
not even like arguments.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, we never really argue like that, honestly.
I'm just gonna put the first thing that like
Okay,
it's like simple, but I don't know. What? Something crazy.
That's all I could think of. 1, 2, 3.
Schedule. What does that mean?
Food? I was gonna say something like that. Schedule like what we're doing today.
Yeah, I guess we would argue about that.
I couldn't
That's like
think of
everything,
anything.
bro. What the fuck?
Okay, what was the first movie we saw together? I'm gonna say which one
I'm just gonna remember the
I'm gonna
last
say which one
one
I
that we
remember.
saw.
No, fuck you. I'm gonna say which one I remember like was the most memorable to me because I don't remember what was at first, but this is the one that I remember the most.
So if you remember, then I probably remember.
Hopefully.
In theaters, bro.
In theaters.
And I'm just like, okay. What? Ready? What? Is it the same?
1, 2, 3. Ah!
Which was okay.
I saw you typing and I was like, yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Which item of clothing do you hate of mine the most?
Of yours? I hate your clothes.
I know, but if there's one that you think of and you're like, I wish you wouldn't wear that, or I didn't like when you wore that. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah.
They were bottoms. They were jeans.
Oh! Okay.
Okay, well I just gave it away.
Oh. Her butthole jeans, bro.
Why do you think call them butthole jeans?
Because dude, like
They were holes with jeans in the butt. They weren't butthole jeans. Like my butthole was out to the world. Like what the fuck? They were the jeans that had like the ripped butt here, so it would like hang down. It was actually really cute. If you guys look back to my old Instagram pictures, I had one picture up there. It was super fucking cute. But eventually they got too ripped and they were like straight up. You could see probably too much. I don't know if I even like this question, but who's the better kisser? You really think?
Mm-hmm. I do. And that's how you keep a long, healthy relationship.
That's right, baby. You're a great kisser. Okay, guys. On that note, we're just about finished. This was what we could do with the quarantine situation that we had. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. My lips are fucking purple as fuck now, and we're done whining about it. I'm running out of space, but thank you guys for watching. Cheers, and stay healthy, stay safe, stay sane in all this quarantine craziness. Sending love and light. Bye.